Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of Scarlet Betch, and I'm Jason.
And I'm Anthony.
This week is, I guess, it's a nice little light week, versus last week where we were just like inundated with all these issues that we had to cover. So we're only going to be talking about.
But last week you mean last time we recorded?
Well, that was last. Oh yeah, well, last time we recorded, yes. Okay. But anyway, so this week we're only talking about two things, so it's like we have a nice leisurely conversation.
Would you like to start out with, Jason?
Let's go alphabetically again.
Okay.
That. Birds of prey.
I'm so glad we know our alphabet.
Yeah.
That could have been horrible.
Death of Oracle. I remember I was at New York Comic Con when Gail Simone. I'm not sure if she announced it, if it was like new information or if solicitations had already gone out. But I was like, what? Shut up. Oracle's not dying. I love Barbara Gordon way too much to watch her go down in flames. But obviously there was a hook or a gimmick or something going on there. So it looks like Oracle is going to be faking her death, which is, I'm glad that's not her really dying, so that's yay.
Yeah.
I remember reading the previews, and I was really kind of concerned about this book because it wasn't clear on like what was actually going down, and I was like, it looked like Barbara Gordon was like being all rash and like, I'm gonna beat shit up because like I need to feel again or something like, I don't know, something like that. And I was like, oh, this is how Barbara Gordon goes down by some like crackhead in an alley. I'm gonna be so mad.
A blue addict. Blue Jay. Blah.
Yeah. So thankfully,
homicidal ex-girlfriend.
Which is also, I mean, granted, like a throwaway line, but actually would be a pretty good punk band name. Just saying.
Heg? Yeah, totally. Let's get on that.
Anthony, did you have any specific thoughts?
I like that they went to a strip club for boys.
Yeah, I was wondering, I'm like, Gotham City, like why can't New York have more of these boys strip clubs? Because there's like none.
Really?
Yeah, there's
okay. Well, in Montreal,
Montreal, they're all over the place. And
in Montreal we had 3 for gay guys that didn't allow women in. So that's where straight boys took off their clothes.
Yeah.
And then we had 1 for straight women where gay boys took off their clothes.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, that's not true. There was the Twink bar where like every guy from Montreal worked in his 19th year.
Yeah. No, that was really awkward.
So awkward.
Yeah, no, but in New York they have male strip clubs, but they're like in Montreal they're like nice, kind of like relatively clean. You don't feel like dirty going to them. The strip clubs in New York City, for the male strip clubs, I've never been to one, but I've been told they're like super skeezy. They have a cover that's like obscenely high, like $50 to get in. It's like ridiculous. So like I have never been to one, and
I don't know
sad.
Okay. The thing about the straight female like strip club, the strip club for women, like they didn't allow guys in at all.
Oh.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like they may have had, like, it was kind of a swanky deal, like you would go for your bachelorette party or something. So, like, a big kind of event-focused venue.
Yeah, so what was with Dove being all, like, puritanical? I didn't realize she was such, like a goody two-shoes. I mean, I knew that she was, like, she's the conscience of the superhero community. But I'm like, girl, you gotta loosen up a little bit, like...
Right? Yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing. I don't know anything about Hawk and Dove.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that she wouldn't be into flashy, aggressive things like taking off your clothes on stage
or drinking a beer. Like she couldn't. Like, I mean, like I'm Asian and I can drink a beer. Like,
is if she were a total pothead.
Would be pretty funny.
Yeah, relaxes you guys. Totally peaceful.
Yeah, she and Miley Cyrus can hang out.
Okay, I heard what Salvia does. It like is evidently not fun at all, and like, okay, yeah, and it like freaks you out.
Yeah. So also, I got like Salvia and like Stravia confused because Stravia is like a is a natural no calorie like sweetener. I'm like, why was Miley Cyrus snorting stevia? It's so weird.
Oh, that's very funny.
Okay, but just back to the book. Do you actually?
Okay.
I have no idea who any of these villains are in this.
I think they're new. I really like that lady who makes you face your
Yeah.
guts. She's a great character developer. Yeah.
Okay, because I was feeling so guilty. I'm not a DC fanboy, so I was like, I'm not sure who any of these characters are. So I'm glad that I don't need to feel bad about knowing who these people are.
I mean, I'm not a DC fanatic,
Really?
but it's new for me.
Okay.
Yeah. They're fun, but it's weird because I feel like in some ways they're so much camper than everything else because they only wear super flashy costumes, and they're only solo heroes, and like half are vigilante. I mean, Superman.
Yeah.
What is his what's his motivation? Altruism?
Yeah, I mean, like, Superman has never been a super, compelling character for me. I mean, I've, like,
Totally hot.
Yeah, I mean, I am always going to be siding with Wonder Woman if we're talking about the Trinity. That's always been, like, where my interest has lied in terms of DC. Because I think DC works best when it is, just as epic or, like, as, like, kind of, legendary as possible. Like, it has this like mythos about it that's kind of removed from reality. So
Speaking of the new Wonder Woman, I love it's coming out next week, but with the Morgan.
I haven't seen this is in the previews. I haven't read the previews.
No, it's in the solicits, and
okay.
I wrote next week's Super Queers, so I'm very excited.
That's exciting.
Yeah, he's drawing all these villains from different mythologies.
That's cool. Yeah, speaking of mythologies, I didn't actually buy because I'm a cheap ass, but I read Chaos War #4, and like it's like actually pretty good, like surprisingly. I'm not too I don't know how I feel about like Athena being a villain because she's always kind of been this like morally ambiguous character, especially during the whole like, Prince of Power mumbo jumbo. But like she's like obviously a villain in this, and I'm like I'm not sure how I feel about Athena, the goddess of wisdom, being a bad guy, but. Right. It's actually a surprisingly like fun read, and like I usually hate God books, but this is a really fun God book. I'm like, okay, let's do this.
Nice, that's good. That's very good. Yeah.
Speaking of gods, we can talk about X Factor, our favorite Norse god. So there was a lot to like in this book.
There was a lot that happened in this book.
Yeah, I have not been a huge X Factor fan in like the recent few issues because I was confused about like why everything was happening, but a lot of stuff got like revealed about I guess like Hela and a series of unfortunate events and her
and Rain.
Yeah, and Rain.
I was so happy for that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome drama. Shadow Sun's gonna come back and be like, "That's not your baby." Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think I've seen the soap opera before, but
but now they have fighting skills, broken windows.
Yeah, and so I wasn't clear on a few things, like how I Darwin continues to be like plot device number 24. I feel like Peter David has these like plot device characters, but that's fine.
Well, they off them on him because he can actually write them. Like,
that's true.
I mean, Darwin's ability is ridiculously ill-defined, and it's interesting that he magically evolved into an immortal.
Well, also, like, I mean, Darwin is, like, a more personable version of Lifeguard, and Lifeguard wasn't that great, so...
Yeah, she was written out of comics too, guys.
Yeah,
but I think under Peter David, he's become an interesting character, and now
definitely.
they're giving him the Void, so we know how well that ended for the century.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be ripped in half by Layla Miller.
I also wasn't clear on this one thing I wasn't clear on, like at the very end, what's her face? Siren has like a glove, like a Lady Gaga glove.
No. Layla has a Lady Gaga.
Oh, Layla has a Lady Gaga glove.
That's why she stayed outside. Because I don't understand how, because she used to know things, because ill-defined reason. Then we find out that it's because future her came and downloaded her memories into her brain.
Yeah.
Then we find out that she still knows things and has doom technology that's really ill-defined. I guess it's a gauntlet. She has a gauntlet.
Yeah.
She's Chase from Runaways.
Okay. Well, that's all kinds of confusing. But
Yeah.
I am really excited about the setup, about drama, and yeah, it was nice and action-packed, and a lot of things happen. Sometimes I feel like X Factor, some of the issues feel like not a lot happened. So this was a refreshing kind of like wham bam thank you ma'am kind of situation. So
Yeah.
cool. Well,
Hey.
that's all I have to say. Do you have anything else to add?
I just really liked it, and oh, that's the other thing. Because a lot of the time we've been discussing why doesn't seem to be a lot of motivation for why they're going after Pip the Troll. But it's interesting because they talk a lot about heroes and mythologies and gods and like hero gods in this issue, and it reminded me that these characters think of themselves as heroes. So they were probably just acting out like the stereotypical hero story when they found out that some innocent troll named Pip was magicked away by the evil sorceress Death Goddess.
And Darwin actually, you know, there's that throwaway line, but he's like, hey, actually we don't think about a lot what we do because then common sense would like stop us. So
Yeah, right? Exactly. This is a very well thought out trip to Las Vegas for people who are like, let's have an adventure.
Exactly. Okay. Well, thank you for turning into this issue of Scarlet Betch. Make sure you tune in next week for another great issue.